20, Breaking the Rules. "Come along, Jack," called out Miss Verity from below before turning to go into the next room of the museum. "Coming, miss," the boy shouted down the walkway, even though he had no intention of following her just yet. He needed to find out if someone really was asleep in the Spitfire. "Hello," called Jack in the direction of the fighter plane. Zzz. There was no response. "Hello," he called out again, a little louder this time. Zzz. Still no response. From the walkway, it was impossible for the boy to reach the Spitfire directly. A running jump was sure to be fatal, but all the planes were suspended high off the ground. However, the wing of the stop-with camel was not far from the walkway. If Jack could somehow clamber on to that, then he would be able to crawl along it to the next plane. Eventually, he would be able to reach the Spitfire. Jack could be brave with his imaginary aeroplane, but he never felt brave in real life. Just shy and rather timid. Now he was about to break all the rules. Jack took a deep breath, not daring to look down. The boy climbed up onto the handrail of the walkway. He closed his eyes for a moment before leaping onto the wing of the World War I plane. Thunk! The Sopwith camel was largely made of wood and much lighter than the boy had imagined. His weight made the ancient flagger plane wobble. For a moment, Jack was terrified he might lose his balance and plummet to the ground. Thinking fast, he crouched down on his hands and knees to spread his weight. Scuttling like a crab, he moved along the wings until he was near the next plane. This would laughed with dreaded cock-wolf. To reach it, the boy had to make a jump. Once again, he took a deep breath and sprang through the air. Thunk! He landed on the next wing of Wolf. Now Jack was just one plane away from the Spitfire. The boy was so close, the snoring coming from the cockpit was extremely loud. Zzz. Unless it was really a bull elephant asleep up there. He knew that snoring only too well. Chapter 21. Jungle Roar. "Oh, you!" The shout rang through the great room. Jack galloped and looked down from the wing of Luftwaffe Focke-Wulf. He had never really been in trouble before. Now, here he was in the Imperial War Museum, leaping from wing to wing of priceless antique fighter planes. An extremely large security guard was looking up at him. It was like the museum had captured the biggest gorilla in the jungle, stuffed it into a uniform and placed a peaked cap on its head. Thick tufts of black hair sprouted from his nose, neck and ears. "Me?" the boy asked instinctively, as if it was perfectly normal to be crouched on the wing of a World War II fighter plane hanging from the ceiling in the Imperial War Museum. "Yes, you! Get down from there!" Now, said Jack, pretending he didn't know what all the fuss could be about. Yes, the man was becoming angry, his voice morphing into something of a jungle roar. The roar was so loud that it drew all the museum's other visitors into the room. Soon, the children from Jack's school were looking up at their classmate in disbelief. The boy's face turned scarlet with embarrassment. Finally, Miss Verity stormed in, her long flowing shirt swishing along the floor. "Jack Bunting," she fumed. "You knew you were in trouble when a teacher used your full name." Come down from there this instant. You're bringing disgrace on the school. The school had a very poor reputation, so Jack wasn't sure he could bring further disgrace upon it. However, this was not the time or place to argue. What's more, the boy had more important things on his mind. I just need to jump to the Spitfire, miss, and I promise I'll come straight down, he said. There was a rumble of laughter from all the kids. Of the towering security guard did not find it funny. He bounced up to the walkway. Not only did he look like a gorilla, he seemed to have the skills of one too. Once he had leaped onto the wing of Sopwith Camel, were also like a gorilla. He must have been 10 times heavier than the boy. The biplane swung violently side to side, its wings smashing to the next plane. Crash! This made Folklove Jack was crouched and swayed dramatically to the side. Swing! The poor boy lost his balance completely. Now he stumbled, dropped, and he was left hanging from the Folklove swing and his fingertips. Ah! Jack cried in fear. Hold on, Jack, cried Miss Verity from below. The Great Museum at the Emperor War Museum had never seen such drama. It would reflect badly on me if a pupil was to lose their life on the school trip. Jack could feel his fingers slipping off the cold, shiny metal of the Folklove swing, one by one. Stay right there, growled the security guard. What else am I going to do, thought the boy. It was an awfully long way down.